What up, Pride? So I wanted to take some time to talk to y'all about Sosua, Dominican Republic. As y'all know, y'all been seeing the clips. I spent about 5 days, 4 or 5 days in Sosua. It was a cool trip. Basically, just give y'all a little rundown on how I felt about it. You know, first of all, when I booked it, it was a last minute thing. I was actually initially planning to go to Kenya. But because of the whole war stuff with America and Iran, I wasn't able to make that trip because the flight I was booking was in restricted airspace. So I wasn't able to make that trip. So I took a quick little, trying to decide where I was gonna go. I was like, all right, let's go to Dominican Republic. What part should I go? I know Punta Cana is like super touristic. So I was like, I know before I wanted to go to Puerto Plata. So I was like, all right, I'm looking at Puerto Plata. I'm like, where in Puerto Plata am I gonna go? So then it was like Sosua. So that's my dog feeding. As soon as my dog hears that, she's getting up. So I have an automatic time dog feeder. So that's what that was. Anyway, so I ended up booking a trip, and I booked it maybe like a month before. And generally, I book well enough in ahead. So hence how I ended up in the hood. That's why I said I didn't do my due diligence, as I didn't do as much research as the last minute thing. So how I ended up in the hood, but everything worked out. It was cool. The Airbnb folks were super tight. I did ask them about security ahead of time. They was like, they don't have cameras, but we're right by the beach, and there's a police be all over the place. And that is true. Being right by the beach, you're gonna get a quick police response. But later in the night, they're not really at the beach like that, so you're not really gonna get that much police response. But it's also a casino up the street from where I was at. I do not remember the name of it. I ain't gonna lie, this is gonna be kind of a more just an opinionated thing and not as informative. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be informative as far as letting you know what to expect and stuff like that culturally. But as far as a tour guide, I ain't really no tour guide. This one ain't gonna be too much of that. My ones in the future gonna be a lot better with that. I'm just now getting into this, deciding I want to do this, so I didn't think about too much of that at the time, and I lost a lot of my footage. So I don't have a lot of the names and all that stuff. I lost a lot of my stuff. I had a thumb drive with all the stuff on it, my notes in it, because I got so much storage and stuff like that. Like all my stuff was, my phone was starting to act slow because I had too much stuff on it. So I had to try to transfer some stuff, and in turn, my thumb drive ended up getting corrupted, and I lost everything. So, but I'm gonna give y'all just what I felt about it and all that stuff, right? So anyway, like I told y'all how I booked it. The Airbnb was nice though. I will say that it was nice. My only issue with the Airbnb was that the steps going up to the actual room or to Airbnb was narrow as fuck. Like it was narrow as a mug though. So that was a little, you've been drinking for a while, you might end up, it's a spiral and it's like narrow. So that was one thing I didn't like, but that was it. Like other than that, they were really cool. They actually lived, so it's like 3 floors. The Airbnb I was at was on the 3rd floor. They're on the 2nd floor, so they was right there. They also had a shop at the bottom. So it was cool. It was cool. It didn't bother me where I was at. They had a cockpit or roosters, whatever, right next door. So you can they all day. But it honestly, it didn't really bother me. I don't know how anybody else would feel about that. So, you know, I'll say if you want to know the Airbnb, I wouldn't necessarily advertise it, but they were really cool people. I would advertise it just because of the area and certain other things. It might not be as somebody else's appeal, but like I said, it didn't bother me that much. Ain't nothing happened to me. I was walking around at night, even though I shouldn't have, and it's completely against my travel rules. But I was safe. I had no issues. I'm walking past people, talking to people, all that stuff in the middle of the night. Not in the middle of the night, but late enough at night. You know what I'm saying? I went in the criminal hours. If you know, you know. But all right, but let's get into the meat and potatoes about this, right? So I book it. One thing I didn't know, and a lot of y'all, I'm saying, my TikTok and stuff, y'all already know. I did not know any of this. I didn't know much about Sosua before I got there. Sosua has become a place known for pros. 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 Y'all know what I'm talking about? We on the same page? All right, cool. Because you know YouTube, I ain't trying to get my stuff taken down. I ain't gonna do this again. So they known for some pros, and they known for, you know what I'm saying, that type of traffic. That type of traffic. That type of traffic. Okay. All right, we're on the same page. I think you guys got it. All right. I got a smart crew. Anyway, so I didn't know this. Did I start finding this out after I got there? Because I met a couple people, shout out to them, that were American, black also. And, you know, one dude was from New York. I forgot what the other dude said. I think that dude was from Texas. But I ended up linking with them older dudes too. Come to find out, one of them, he just go there all the time. The other dude, he lived there now. You know what I'm saying? And what they do is they call them mangoes. Mangoes basically mean they going. You got a little, they going. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, it's a little different. So this is all of my Americans who listen. It's a little different than, I mean, they do it in America, but you don't hear about it as much. Normally you get a pro, it's bang, bang, ching, ching, I'm gone. Zoom, zoom. Bang, bang, ching, ching, zoom, zoom. That's how I go, right? Over there, you can basically have a girlfriend with a little ching, ching. And they'll stay with you the whole time you're there or whatever. Some of them eventually will become your actual girl. You know what I'm saying? As long as you paying a little ching ching on the rent and stuff like that. A lot of them do that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're paying for them, that's when they call them mangoes. Anyone that you're paying for. You know what I'm saying? They don't really call them pros. 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 Instead of calling them pros, they call them mangoes. So if you want to figure out where the pros at, you go up and you ask, what's up with the mangoes? What's up with the mangoes? We're here, right? I know we're here. Anyway, so that was something I didn't really know about, but it is what it is. If you want to know more about that experience, that's a whole nother thing. I wasn't necessarily there for that. So, but I could tell you a little bit about it, but we ain't gonna get too much of that. I end up staying right by the beach, walking distance everywhere I go. I try to stay walking distance to the beach, or at least walking distance to everything else. I like to walk, so I walked everywhere. There's a area in Puerto Plata where it's like a bunch of bars, right? I think it's right on the beach, whatever. I didn't actually go. Man, I think it's a club over there called Zero. A guy was telling me that he goes there all the time. He does construction over there. Yeah, he does a lot of like real estate investment and stuff like that because he buys homes or builds homes and then sell them and stuff like that. So he was telling me about that. And I think the area is called Cabradera. Not 100% sure. I might be saying it wrong. I know something like that though. But if you ask somebody, it's a popular place, so it's very easy to figure out. I stayed generally in the area I was in. I just really stayed on the beach a lot. You'll notice that when you go on the beach, it's not like some of the beaches in America where it's like, you know, like going to Miami, or if you go to like Myrtle Beach or Ocean City. It's not like a big land or shore, rather. It's kind of narrow, but it was pretty good traffic through there. You know what I'm saying? For my guys, you're going to find girls up and down that. You're going to find a lot of mangoes, and you're going to find just a lot of like eye candy. But I will tell you, even the ones that be on, like they ain't necessarily a mango, I don't know whether it's a cultural thing of that area or just because too many Americans going there trying to use money to do everything, and, you know, they just kind of fall into it. Every time they see American, it's like, you know, money comes a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, Good parts. I'm gonna straight up to say the good parts. Um, I felt like everybody was real cool. Everybody was nice. You get some manipulative people, you know what I'm saying? The mangoes definitely will. Y'all watch some of them. They will try to manipulate you. Some of them, you don't even know that that's what they on. You might think they really interested. And then later on at some point, they try to hit you with the money thing. Do not go for it. All right. They'll try to hit you with the, oh, my mom's sick. Oh, it's my son's birthday. And I'm missing the birthday to be here with you. And I'm like, well, me personally, I'm like, well, that's crazy because you're a horrible mom. Like, you don't even know me. But that's me. But other than that, people are really nice. I had a lot of good conversations. That area specifically, I've noticed it's a lot of Haitians there too. Apparently, a lot of the Haitians and the Dominicans do not get along though, at least in that area. I've talked to some other people. They said in some other areas that they become a lot. It's a lot of couples that are both Dominican and Haitian. But as a general thing, Haitians and Dominicans do not get along. I did end up talking to this girl who was giving me information and history about how she believes it happened. I ended up talking to a Haitian about it. Any of the Haitians that I talked to about it that are in the Dominican Republic, they just feel like they're being discriminated against. And then the Dominicans feel like the Haitians are always so angry. You know what I'm saying? They're just so like aggressive. So I didn't really get a good answer or a clear answer as to what the beef is, but they don't generally get along, at least not in that area. But they work in the same vicinity. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird. But I will say, walking down that beach is a lot of like shops, souvenir shops, restaurants, stuff like that. So a lot of people gonna be trying to get some stuff from you. Some people gonna try to get you a sad story and all that stuff. So that's pretty much damn near everywhere you go. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go, it's gonna be somebody. You know what I'm saying? Even here in America. So that's the thing. But the good, like I said, the good side is that it's some good people. I'm always getting numbers on WhatsApp and all that stuff. I still talk to a few people. Um, so it's a very friendly culture. Very friendly culture. People help you out, let you know where you at. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I'm mad I did not get this on video, but I'm walking past on the street. I'm having a full blown conversation with somebody. They just talk to me, good energy. Then I walk past the other girl, lady, grown. She looked a little older. She started talking about giving me a massage, and then she was talking about some sucky sucky, and I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, the police officer right there, bro. And he just started laughing. And I'm like, I think he just started laughing because he's like, he ain't going. He ain't going. I am honestly not sure she was even a woman. I'm not going to lie to you. But either way, your boy kept walking. I wasn't on that anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I was gone. But as a general perspective, man, it was really chill, bro. Like, if you just looking to just chill, relax, Sosua's cool. Sosua's cool. It's a very chill environment. You know what I'm saying? Slower pace. Just really chill. Good food. Good people, man. Like, if you're going to just relax and chill and be with the culture, Sosua's real cool to go. If you if you're a single man and you looking to get a little action, you might have a little, you know what I'm saying, ching ching. Sosua's there for you too. Um, I will say, for those of you who looking to go, but you don't want to ching ching, you don't want to spend the ching ching, you got to court at least though. Cause like some of them, like, they stay out with you, they at least pay for the cab. I think a lot of us would be okay with that though. Just talk to my gentleman. But if you ain't trying to pay just to bang bang, then go for the working girls. The girl working at the bar. Some of them. You got to be careful with some of those too. If it's like a standalone bar, not necessarily the bar on the strip, don't mess with those. But if it's a standalone bar, little small, hole in the wall type place, you can mess with that girl. At the supermarket, mess with that, go for that girl. I ain't gonna lie, them supermarkets be having some girls in them. I don't know what it is, but them girls look good in that supermarket. What's another place? Just any type of little small establishment. When I was at, it was a lot of smaller establishments. If you go to the bigger, more tourist appealing or attracting areas, then those might be trying to be, you know what I'm saying, hustling. Think about this. This is why I travel to places that are not as touristy, because that's when you going against the hustlers. When you trying to look like you trying to get a genuine experience, I want to be in the non-tourist areas. One, because I don't want to see Americans. I want to see all the foreigners. I want to see who belongs there. I want to see the locals. I want to hang with the locals. And outside of that, I don't want to be hustled. Like, I don't want nobody trying to hustle me every 5 seconds. Now, somebody's still going to try it, but like every 5 seconds, I don't want to be trying, like somebody trying to hustle me or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for when I went to Santo Domingo. When I went to Santo Domingo, where I stayed at wasn't exactly a tourist area. So people was chill, but they still came down. As soon as they see you in the street, they on the motorcycle, on the moped, trying to. I'm like, relax, bro. I ain't on none of that. But it's a cool spot. If you a lover boy like myself, I'm gonna be honest with you, it ain't for you. It ain't for you. If you a passport bro and you just trying to knock stuff down, Sosua. Hit Sosua up, for real. But if you a lover boy and you just trying to go abroad and broaden your horizon on because you busco hermosa, esposa. I think I said that right. Looking for a beautiful wife. I think I said that right. If you Spanish, Hispanic, please let me know if I said that right. Busca hermosa esposa. Looking for a beautiful wife. Sosua not for you. Not gonna lie to you. Sosua not for you. Stay tuned for Santo Domingo. Santo Domingo, you might find some over there though. Sosua, you a lover boy, not for you. Passport bro, here's Sosua. Any questions, hit me in the comments. If it's something more elaborate, I'll do a whole video on it. If not, I'll just answer you directly in the comments. I will always answer my comments. Y'all know me. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all know what it is. Welcome to the Pride. Nos vemos.